Kirby Smart had enough, finally muted Lane Kiffin after endless texts ahead of Georgia Ole Miss game. Please subscribe to RZ News for more updates. Lane Kiffin loves to take jabs at opposing coaches on social media, but it seems as though he's also big on text messaging opponents during game week, at least according to Kirby Smart. Earlier in the week, Lane Kiffin was asked between himself and Kirby Smart, who burns the most calories on game day. This led to the Ole Miss coach taking a shot at the Georgia coach for his weight. "I don't know, that's a good question," Kiffin said. "I walked by the TV and saw his press conference today, so I don't think he's burning too many calories." Yes, Kiffin was just picking at Kirby, especially when you consider their relationship. But that doesn't mean the pair are talking this week, with Kirby pointing out that Lane had to be put on mute, but did sneak a text message in regarding his comments made during the press conference. "You know how these big games are, they're a dime a dozen. Lane has been texting me all week," Kirby Smart said on the Pat McAfee show. "I had to put him on mute, I had to put him on mute." Then, it was McAfee wanting to know whether Kiffin was just talking crap, or was he looking for some type of intel heading into the game on Saturday in Athens. "I think he's worried about my figure, you know. That's my wife's job, it is. You know what, I'm all about self-depreciation. I'm good with it. I told him my son got all upset when he said that. Lane texted me saying he was just cutting up, but I said, no, you're telling the truth, but sometimes the truth hurts." Kiffin continues to grow on opposing coaches. Good and bad. It's fair to say that Kiffin continues to grow on opposing coaches within the SEC, especially when you realize how many group texts he's in with his SEC foes. I mean, come on, who doesn't love a little banter between these guys? It was mentioned during the Ole Miss vs. Kentucky game that Kiffin, Eli Drinkwitz, and Mark Stoops were in a group chat together. Can you imagine what that conversation looks like? I could honestly see Lane Kiffin sending Kirby Smart a bunch of voice memos at 2 in the morning, just to mess with the Georgia coach. Maybe a "you up?" message, just to stir the pot until Kirby decides to block Kiffin for the week. The potential for a reality show that involves SEC head coaches is endless, which I think most college football fans would pay a hefty sum to watch.